All right. I was looking at the map of my area, and I've noticed something in the past that I'm going to share with you guys. Now, I live northwest of Atlanta. There's Atlanta. And this is the area that I live in. And you can obviously see how it's a pretty wild, rural, semi-rural area with a couple wildlife management areas, Paulding Forest, Sheffield Forest. And this is only an hour. It takes me an hour to get to work. And I work in Atlanta. And you can see from the map how much more green. Look at Braswell. Now, if you go northeast up through Altoona, Red Top Mountain, Lake Altoona, a lot of water, a lot of very rural area, and keep going north, you're eventually going to hit the Chattahoochee National Forest, Blue Ridge, Rich Mountain Wilderness. Very, very wild areas. All the way into the Nantahala. As you can see, going back southwest, back to where I'm at, there is somewhat of a land bridge connecting the Chattahoochee National Forest, going west through my area, all the way into Alabama. And you get into the massive wildlife management area that I'm not going to try to pronounce, the Chocoholoco, but I can definitely say Talladega National Forest. Now, when you zoom in, obviously there's roads, schools, all that stuff. But really, compared to everything else, it's nowhere near as populated. So when you zoom out, what you get are these two massive wilderness areas going up to the Chattahoochee National Forest, coming through my area down to the Talladega National Forest. Now, the area I'm in has always had a lot of sighting reports. It doesn't matter whether it's the BFRO or who it is. There's a good amount of reports. And it may possibly have to do with the fact that it's somewhat of a land bridge between these two massive wilderness areas. Now, when it comes to migration, what I have noticed is during the extremes, the activity completely dies off. So near the end of winter, there's no activity. Usually during the end of summer, there's no activity. So if they did migrate with the weather, which I don't know if they do or not, it would make sense that during the summer, the end of summer, they would go north from my area to the Chattahoochee National Forest to cool off or go west and south during the wintertime and get a little bit better weather. Now, there's no way of knowing that. There's no way to track an individual Bigfoot family over 2 states. But I do find it very interesting that I've had pretty much constant activity where I'm building up some very good patterns. They're sticking to a routine. And I also live in an area where there's a lot of sighting reports and also appears to be somewhat of a land bridge. So I just thought that was pretty interesting.